day 2 of Lauf Gritfest. I thought I'd just give you a bit of a run through with the bike that I'm using this weekend and yeah, tell you about some of my choices. So the frame is the Kinesis Tripster AT, and some of you might have found me talking about this frame on YouTube from a few years ago. It's actually the same frame. I've done a lot of riding on this frame and I love it, and there's really no reason to change it apart from maybe a fresh colour. But what we decided to do was give it a bit of new clothes really for this weekend, so I've changed quite a lot of parts on it to freshen it up and try something new, which is particularly the 650B wheels. So the Kinesis Tripster AT frame is sold as a frame set. And I've changed the fork out for the Lauf Grit fork, and this is the original Grit fork, 30mm travel. Obviously Lauf are the title sponsors of the event, and this shock absorption system 30mm is absolutely fantastic for these rough tracks. Really takes the sting out and gives you more control. We were doing nearly 40 miles an hour on the descents yesterday. See yesterday's dust on the wheels. So yeah, check out the fork. They're available directly from Lauf. And they do their own frame and bike as well, but it really makes a difference to this nice high performance stiff aluminium frame to have a softer front end. Wheels, always a great component, and I've gone for a 650B wheel for the first time. I've been riding this bike for years, never actually tried the 650. Benefit of that, of course, is to go down in wheel size, go up in tyre size. We've built this around the tyre sponsor for this weekend, WTB, and these are the Sondero tyres, and it's a larger volume 2.1 inch tyre, which fits nicely in the frame. Normally the frame can take a 700 by 45 tyre, but I've gone for bigger again. And to be honest, the extra grip was most welcome on some of the loose bends yesterday. Yeah, and the wheels feel great. They pick up fast, and just a slightly different sort of aspect. But certainly when it gets rough, the bigger volume, like a mountain bike, is going to play into your hands in terms of control and comfort when you can run lower pressures. The wheels themselves, they're Reynolds. It's the Reynolds ATR carbon. And a beautiful wheel set, comes with a lifetime warranty. Some of the best carbon wheels out there, and not overpriced. People always think these might be expensive. These ones are the ATR, and they're £1,100 retail. Fantastic hubs, yeah, just a great wheel set. Then looking down to the drivetrain, I've selected GRX for the rear mech. I wasn't lucky enough to be able to get any GRX levers because they're hard to get hold of at the moment, so I'm using Shimano's Ultegra Di2 levers. But I've gone Di2, which is what I've always used on this bike, but I've come across to the new GRX rear mech from old XTR, as this is now available and specific to the gravel. And I'm running it on a 13 to 42, which is the maximum tooth for that cassette, to give me a nice low gear at the back. And boy, I needed it on some of those long climbs yesterday. Up front, I was slightly undergeared at a 36 tooth front chainring. Probably should have had a slightly larger one, but to be honest, we were out of stock. They're popular. And this is the Praxis wide narrow equivalent, which is actually a left-right, they call it wave technology. So it's a chain retention chainring, works very well. No dropping of chains at high speed, even in the small cog at highest gear. And that's mounted to the Praxis Zianti carbon chain set, which is a beautiful chain set with a M30 axle. Pedals, you might notice, a little bit of colour in the pedals. Slightly surprisingly for some, maybe, a DMR, which is seen as a mountain bike brand. But DMR makes a pedal called the V-Twin, which is this, which is a clip-in, very equivalent to a Shimano, but it has the ability to stack the front and rear bumpers, so you can actually get the fit on your shoe, very perfect. And they come in a lot of pretty colours, and I thought it would match up nicely with my chainstay protector, which is the Joe Burt Kinesis limited edition bar tape, used as a chainstay protector there. Onto finishing kit, we've got Thompson seat post alloy, the Elite alloy seat post in 27.2, matching up with the Thompson Elite stem, and a wide flared Thompson handlebar, which is their dirt drop bar, and that's married up with the Repente, which is an Italian brand. Really nice soft deep 3mm bar tape, so nice comfort, really good grip from Repente. And the new Repente Quasar saddle, which I must say I rode for the first time out of the box yesterday, fantastically comfortable, really nice sprung saddle top, high quality Italian finish. And this is the only saddle in their range, mostly carbon rails, but this is the first one they've done with a high-tech steel hollow rail. Very comfortable, feels secure, and yeah, no problems with that. Sort of 5 hours in the saddle yesterday, and yeah, like perfect. Accessories, I've got a mixture of accessories here from Lezyne. So the AT frame has a third water bottle boss, always useful for carrying like a little caddy full of my tools, spare in a tube, etc. The rather fetching new sort of oil slick finish, neo-metallic look bottle cages from Design, and OTE is the nutrition sponsor here this weekend, so we've been fed and watered by OTE, which is fantastic, their range of energy products. And I carry inside my little top tube bag here, which I prefer to have at the back rather than the front. It just means it doesn't knock against the knees so much. I've got things like my emergency pump and various bits of nutrition, or the detritus from yesterday. So yeah, all my extra nutrition there means I don't have to load up my back pocket so much. And then my Design GPS on the stem here. And because we are on some roads from time to time, I just like to have a little security. These roads are quite narrow, you're riding in groups. So always carry a light, especially a front light. They can see you coming when you're in and out the trees. And that pretty much covers everything. And then just a couple of bits of clothing in my pocket and we were good to go. So yeah, it's been a fantastic day out yesterday. I'm not going to bother washing the bike because it's just a bit of trail dust. And I think today's going to be awesome. We've had a little bit of rain overnight and that should dampen down the trails. And I think it's going to be super fun and super fast for Gritfest Day 2.